You sit down for breakfast. You see a bowl of fresh fruit, a glass of orange juice. You think, I am being healthy. I am taking care of my heart. But what if I told you that this innocent morning routine is silently poisoning your brain? What if the very foods you were told to eat for energy are actually shrinking your memory centers? Most people over 60 believe that fruit is always good, but there is a dark side to nature's candy. Modern fruit is not what it used to be. It has been engineered to be bigger, sweeter, and more addictive. And for a senior brain, this excess sugar is not just empty calories, it is a neurotoxin. Today, we are going to talk about a condition that neurologists are starting to call type 3 diabetes. This is when your brain becomes resistant to insulin and literally starves to death, even while swimming in sugar. We will identify the 5 fruit assassins that you must banish from your kitchen immediately. And I will give you the list of the 5 brain guardians, the low-sugar, high-fat fruits that can actually repair your neurons and sharpen your focus. Let's begin with the science that nobody talks about. Point number 1, the caramelized brain. You know what happens when you put sugar in a pan and heat it up? It turns brown, it gets sticky, it caramelizes. Believe it or not, a similar process happens inside your body. It is called glycation. When you flood your bloodstream with fructose from sweet fruits or juices, that sugar binds to proteins in your blood. It creates sticky, toxic compounds called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These sticky compounds travel to your brain. They gum up the works. They make your arteries stiff. They cause inflammation, plaque buildup, and oxidative stress. Essentially, they cook your brain cells slowly over decades. If you have noticed that your thinking is foggy after a sweet breakfast, that is not just a sugar crash, that is inflammation. But you might ask, Doctor, humans have eaten fruit for thousands of years. Why is it a problem now? This brings us to point number 2, the Frankenstein fruit. The apple you buy in the supermarket today is not the same apple your grandmother ate in 1970. Agricultural science has spent the last 50 years breeding fruits for one thing: sugar content. We have stripped away the fiber. We have made them larger. We have made them sweeter to appeal to the modern palate. A wild apple is small, sour, and fibrous. A modern Honeycrisp apple is a giant ball of sugar water. It hits your liver with a massive blast of fructose that our ancestors never evolved to handle. And as we age, our metabolism changes. A 20-year-old might burn off that fructose at the gym, but after 60, our insulin sensitivity drops. We cannot process that sugar surge efficiently. Instead of burning it, we store it as visceral fat, and we send it to the brain as inflammation. So, does this mean you can never eat fruit again? No, but it means you must be a detective. You must know which fruits are medicine and which are poison. Let's start our hit list with the worst offender, the one that many seniors snack on thinking it is a healthy treat, but is actually a concentrated sugar bomb. Assassin number 1 is perhaps the most deceptive snack in your pantry. Dried fruits. Raisins, dried apricots, dates, and cranberries. You might think, it is just fruit with the water removed. What is the harm? The harm is density. When you dehydrate a grape to make a raisin, you are removing the volume, but you are keeping all the sugar. You are creating a concentrated glucose bomb. Think about it. You would probably never eat 30 grapes in 1 minute. You would get full. But you can easily eat a handful of 30 raisins while watching TV and not even notice. By weight, dried fruit contains up to 500% more sugar than fresh fruit. It is essentially nature's candy. When you eat it, it hits your bloodstream instantly. It spikes your insulin, crashes your energy, and feeds the inflammation in your hippocampus. If you have a bag of raisins in your cupboard, throw it out, or give it to a teenager running a marathon. It is not fuel for a senior brain. Assassin number 2 is even more dangerous because it is liquid. It is the morning fruit juice. We grew up believing that a glass of orange juice was the gold standard of health. Vitamin C, right? Wrong. A glass of orange juice has almost the exact same amount of sugar as a can of cola. When you squeeze the fruit, you throw away the fiber. The fiber is the antidote. It slows down absorption. Without the fiber, that fructose goes straight to your liver. This causes a condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And here's the scary connection. A fatty liver leads directly to a toxic brain. Your liver is your filter. If the filter is clogged with fructose, toxins spill over into your blood and reach your neurons. So eat the orange, peel it, chew it, but never ever drink it. Assassin number 3 is the dessert in disguise, canned fruit in syrup. Peaches, pears, or fruit cocktail in a tin. This is barely fruit anymore. It has been boiled, stripped of nutrients, and soaked in heavy corn syrup or artificial sweeteners. Even if the label says light syrup or in natural juice, be careful. These industrial syrups are full of preservatives that disrupt your gut bacteria. And we now know that the gut controls the brain. If you destroy your gut lining with processed syrups, you open the door to neurodegenerative diseases. Fresh is best, frozen is fine, canned is forbidden. And this leads us to assassin number 4, a modern trend that many seniors have adopted, the green smoothie. You put bananas, mangoes, and pineapples in a blender. You drink it down. You think you are being virtuous. But here's the biological problem. Digestion begins in the mouth. When you chew, you signal your brain that you are eating. You release hormones that say, "I am full." When you drink a smoothie, you bypass the chewing. You can swallow the sugar equivalent of 5 fruits in 60 seconds. Your brain never gets the signal to stop. You get a massive glucose spike, followed by a massive crash that leaves you hungry and foggy an hour later. Unless your smoothie is 90% vegetables and fats, stay away from the blender. But there is one more category of fresh fruit that sits on your counter right now. It's natural, it's raw, but for a diabetic or pre-diabetic brain, it is dangerously powerful. Assassin number 5 brings us to the tropical trap. I am talking about mangoes, pineapples, and very ripe bananas. I am not saying these are bad foods in isolation. They are full of vitamins. However, they have a very high glycemic load. A ripe mango is basically a sugar bomb. If you are a 20-year-old athlete, fine. But if you are over 60 And especially if you have a muffin top around your waist, your body struggles to handle this load. When you eat a large bowl of mango, your insulin spikes. High insulin blocks your brain from accessing its backup fuel source, which is fat. It leaves your neurons hungry and tired. This leads us to a critical question. Point number 9. How do you know if you are already resistant? You do not need a blood test to see the warning signs. Look at your body. Do you have a waistline larger than 40 inches for men or 35 for women? Do you feel sleepy and foggy immediately after a meal? Do you have tiny skin tags forming on your neck or armpits? Do you crave sweets late at night? These are the whispers of your metabolism saying, "I cannot handle more sugar." If you have these signs, you must treat high-sugar fruits with extreme caution. But now, let's flip the script. Let's talk about the fruits you should be eating, the fruits that act as medicine. Protector number 1, the blue shield. I am talking about berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries. These are the crown jewels of brain health. They are low in sugar, but packed with something called anthocyanins. This is the pigment that makes them blue or red. Studies from Tufts University have shown that these compounds can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. They go into the brain and scrub away the rust of oxidation. They improve communication between neurons. Make these your daily staple. A cup of blueberries a day is like a shield for your memory. Protector number 2 is technically a fruit, but biologically it is a miracle fat, the avocado. Your brain is 60% fat. It needs high-quality raw materials to repair itself. The avocado provides monounsaturated fats that protect the myelin sheath, the insulation around your nerve wires. It also lowers blood pressure, which is crucial because high blood pressure causes mini-strokes that lead to dementia. So, stop putting jam on your toast. Put smashed avocado with a little sea salt. You are not just eating breakfast, you are waterproofing your brain's electrical system. But there is another fat-based fruit that works in a completely different way. It provides a clean energy that can bypass a broken metabolism and wake up a tired brain almost. Protector number 3 includes 2 fruits that are often mistaken for vegetables or nuts, coconuts and olives. Why are these special? Because they contain medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Here is the magic. If your brain is type 3 diabetic, it means the front door is locked. Insulin cannot get sugar into the cell to create energy. The neurons are starving. MCTs found in coconut oil and the healthy fats in olives act like a backdoor key. Your liver converts them into ketones. Ketones are a superfuel that enters the brain instantly, bypassing the insulin lock. It is like switching a hybrid car from gas to electric. If you feel your memory fading, adding coconut oil or high-quality olive oil to your diet is one of the most powerful things you can do to turn the lights back on. Protector number 4, the citrus secret. Lemons, limes, and grapefruits. But wait, I am not talking about the juice. I'm talking about the white pith, that bitter white stuff between the peel and the fruit that most people pick off and throw away. That white skin is packed with naringenin. It is a powerful flavonoid that repairs DNA and lowers inflammation. So, when you eat a grapefruit or an orange, do not be so surgical. Eat a little bit of the white part. It is bitter, but that bitterness is the taste of medicine. Now, before we finish, I must give you the golden rule of fruit consumption. It is called never eat fruit naked. What does this mean? If you eat an apple alone on an empty stomach, it is naked. It digests rapidly and spikes your sugar. But if you dress that apple by eating it with a handful of walnuts or a slice of cheese or some Greek yogurt, you change the chemistry. The fat and protein act as a brake. They slow down digestion. They flatten the glucose curve. You get the vitamins without the insulin shock. So, here is your prescription. Stop drinking your fruit. Stop eating dried candy. Stop the tropical sugar bombs. Start embracing the berries, the avocados, and the fats. Try this for 7 days. Just 7 days. You will notice something amazing. Your cravings for sugar will vanish, your energy will become steady, and the fog in your brain will begin to lift. Your memory is precious. Do not trade it for a moment of sweetness. Feed your brain what it really needs. I am your senior doctor. Stay healthy, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video.